New club rules are being put in place, but some leaders are struggling to keep up with the changes.
And as Cleveland's demographics continue to shift, students are cultivating friendships within their racial groups.
They've only been here a year, but the Canning siblings have dominated in Cleveland sports.
All this and more coming up on Vantage Point.
Coming to you from Studios 1162, Vantage Point starts right now.
Hey U Nation, and welcome to Vantage Point, where we see you.
I'm Mariella Cornell.
And I'm Denise Trapisura. Our top story this hour.
While Cleveland student government has gone through some major shifts this year, clubs have seen the most change. Club leaders and advisors are learning to adapt to new restrictions established by ASB. Erica Chin has the details.
By implementing new rules and regulations, ASB's hope is that club leaders become more transparent with their constituents. But some club leaders are finding the changes to be too much to handle. Clubs governed by ASB are now expected to write and follow a constitution and keep track of all officer meetings by recording meeting minutes. By keeping minutes, ASB is able to track a club's voting procedure, and it establishes a paper trail in case an organization runs into financial difficulties.
Before, we just gave clubs their room and their advisor and said, here's a club. But we realized we needed more of a way to make sure they're actually properly handling themselves. Because when you're an ASB back account, we have expectations for you.
While some clubs have been able to adapt to this new change, others are having more difficulty. Senior Leilani Batak is a member of several clubs at Cleveland. She said newer officers are struggling to understand why the changes were necessary and how to work around the new regulations.
I understand they want to have some rules and restrictions for students, but at the end of the day, we are the ones who got the money into our funds and it is ours, so why can't we use it?
National Honor Society is one of the largest clubs on campus. Their advisor, Evan Shin, said clubs who have ASB leaders as members have an advantage because they are more informed about ASB-related activities.
I actually have not seen a big change from the previous clubs to now. I think I'm fortunate because the officer corps of National Honor Society has a lot of students who are already in ASB, and so they know where a lot of these changes are coming from, and so they're already learning it.
ASB is increasing its efforts to communicate with club leaders and advisors by hosting an all-club meeting on the first Tuesday of every month. All clubs are expected to send an officer or representative to this meeting. This is Erica Chin reporting for Vantage Point.
How do you feel about advisory?
I think it's fun. I think it's a way to meet new people and just interact and I don't know, make your social skills better, I guess.
What does advisory do for you personally?
Personally, I think I have Mr. Shin. I think he does a really good job at preparing us for life. He tries to teach us the things that the rest of school doesn't teach you, like doing taxes and saving money, and looking for scholarships for college.
How do you feel about advisory?
I mean, it's cool, you know? You get to spend time with your friends and you get to learn some stuff and they teach you about college and stuff. I'm not going to college, but stuff like that you need in the future. And it's very helpful because you get some time to not go to class.
If you could replace advisor with anything, what would it be?
That's a really good question. Longer lunch time, actually, because 30 minutes technically is not a healthy amount of time for students to eat. I mean, studies have shown that. And then especially if they're going to the cafeteria, the lines are long, so they may, by the time they get their food, they've got 10 minutes to kind of scarf it down, or they just skip eating entirely.
Several scholarships for seniors are now available. The CHS Alumni Association, the Susie Burdick Scholarship, and the Southeast American Education Coalition are all accepting applications. Prizes range from $2,000 to $4,000. Seniors can find out more information about these scholarships in the weekly bulletin.
After raising more than $15,000, Cleveland's music department ventured to Disneyland in Anaheim, California during mid-winter break. While students had the chance to enjoy the theme park, they also had the opportunity to learn and record music with professional musicians.
We'd start off playing we weren't all super confident on the music because of the different skill levels. But when he said, while we were playing, he was like, "You've seen these notes before. You've seen these rhythms. It's not that you can't play them. It's that you don't have the confidence to do it."
In a school known for its diversity, students continue to make friendships within their own racial groups. For those who are part of an interracial friendship, how do they cope with hard topics like racism and privilege?
There was once a time you could walk through the halls of Cleveland and see students of all races hanging out together. Now students are beginning to stay within their own racial groups. A 2016 study by Public Regional Research Institute revealed that 75% of white Americans have entirely white social networks. While black people also have social circles within the same race, they are 8 times more likely to have white friends. This trend is also true among Asian students, who make up 40% of the Cleveland demographic. Senior Son Deng said while most of his friends are of Asian descent, his friendships are based less around race, but more around culture.
I pick who I hang out with common interests. Like I like to hustle, I like to make my money. So, all my boys like making money. Video games also another big thing. We all like video games.
Junior Tavi Finch said her friend group is made from people from her neighborhood, which makes it easier to relate to them.
Yeah, I got my black friends. I have my black friends and all that, but it's more just because we live in the same area, so we've grown up with each other. We've gone to playgrounds. We've gone to the same school our whole life.
Her mother Berhanu is also a sophomore. Met her close friends in middle school. One is Vietnamese and one is Mexican. Berhanu believes that having a diverse friend group has helped shape how she sees others.
Having diverse friend groups really opens up your mentality and makes you more aware of issues that are going on, helps you be a more understanding person.
Sports provide a way for students to meet others outside of their own race. Sophomore Henry Gills plays basketball for Cleveland High School and says he has built new friendships that he likely would have been able to build if he didn't play.
Mainly basketball. The basketball community around here, especially in high school, it's pretty big. There's a lot of people that are out here. I meet people on the other teams if we play them or when we play them, or when I go watch games, I'll meet people there.
Special education teacher Natalie Lopez identifies as multiracial, a mix of white and Mexican. She grew up in Arizona, where most of her childhood friends were also Mexican. While her friend group now includes people of color as well as those who are part of the LGBTQ community, Lopez says having a diverse friend group doesn't necessarily mean you understand their experiences.
For the sake of gaining a better perspective, a different appreciation. Yeah, that's kind of a tricky question though, right? Because you can be homies with people, but maybe not understand their experiences.
We will be looking more at this issue in our next episode, where we look deeper into Cleveland's changing culture. This is J.L. McClain reporting for Vantage Point.
The class of 2020 is holding auditions for this year's Seattle's Got Talent Showcase. Auditions will be held March 2nd through the 6th from 4 to 4:45 p.m. in the Cleveland Auditorium. Video submissions are accepted. Send entries to Seattle's Got Talent auditions5@gmail.com or sign up for live auditions at tinyurl.com/SDT audition.
Hey Eagles, I'm Molly House and this is Squaw! People, we've made it to the third quarter and spring sports start next week. We've got softball, girls frisbee, boys soccer, tennis, and track. So get ready for a jam-packed season. But first, let's take a look at the Cannon siblings, who only after a year and a half have made a huge impact on Cleveland athletics. When Shade, Jade, and Jordan Cannon transferred to Cleveland last February, the trio had missed out on football and basketball season. They all joined track and field in the spring. This year, all three Cannons played on the football team, and Eagle Nation finally got the chance to see them shine. Being girls in a male-dominated sport, both Jade and Shade knew they had to push themselves.
I think Jade and I, as an asset to the team, we put a lot of work into the team. Since Jade and I are linemen, we have to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and we have to block for the quarterback and whatnot. So we were in a lot of the game. So if we were, I feel like it could have messed it up in a way. I would say that we just had to step up more, and we had to put more work in than the boys did compared to the girls.
Jordan, who was a standout running back for the Eagles, never doubted their abilities on the field, saying his sisters could play with the best of them.
I feel like my sisters were blocking better than some of the boys. I'm just being real.
Same.
Jordan also excels in track. He was invited to compete against college runners at the Nike Invitationals in Boise, Idaho, and placed first in several events.
Competing with college students, I feel like it sets standards for me, because, it gives me that space between my speed and other people who are older than me because they have more development, more experience in running. I feel like that shows what I need to improve on.
Cannon spent several months working on getting stronger. He said without the help of strength coach Mazare Butler, he would not be the athlete he is today.
The work that he's been giving me and the effort that he takes out of his day to train me every single day out of the week, it was him that he brought me to where I am now.
Coach Ricky Davis looks forward to working with the siblings and improving their skills. He wants to take Jordan to the next level in track.
I look forward to seeing him go to state this year and really excelling. I look forward to seeing him at some of these invitationals that we have planned for him to participate in, and I know he's going to do a great job.
Before we go, just a reminder that there is still time to sign up for spring sports. And we have to shout out the wrestling team who sent 6 wrestlers to state at the Tacoma Dome. Senior Savion Galloway earned 4th in state, and DJ Arns earned 6th. Way to go, boys. This is Molly House with Squaw telling you to get in the game.
Well, that's it for our episode. It's been a pleasure for us to see you from this vantage point.
Until next time, I'm Mariella Cornell.
And I'm Jalise Rapusura.
Stay fly, Eagles,
And keep soaring on. We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars, and we see that.
Hey, we're going to high school musical. Oh, hell no.